We're going to unpack the incredible FutureX Summer 2026 program and really decode its fascinating structure. I'm your host, and we are looking at a deeply organized, incredibly future-facing curriculum that is literally redefining what summer break means for today's students.
So I want you to picture the summer of 2026 through the eyes of a fourth grader. You're probably thinking about, swimming pools, traditional summer camps, or just spacing out and playing video games all day, right? Well, scratch that. As we're about to see, a very specific group of youths are spending their summer months tackling highly advanced artificial intelligence topics. They're diving headfirst into complex engineering-style problem solving well before they even hit high school. It's honestly amazing.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Empowering Youth with AI, a high-level vision.
What's super cool about the FutureBridge program is how accessible they've made it. It is entirely free and 100% virtual, which is a massive game changer for eliminating barriers to entry. They're aiming this specifically at younger kids from grades 4 all the way up through 8. It takes place over the summer months of June and July, giving kids a highly focused, albeit limited seat, opportunity to really level up their tech literacy. And this setup translates into a seriously impressive multi-week schedule. We're talking 7 distinct labs running concurrently from mid-June to late July. For instance, the Starter Lab and Healthcare modules each run for 5 sessions, while some of the really specific deep dives like the Builder Lab and Creator Studio run for 3 sessions. It's an incredibly robust schedule tailored specifically to keep middle grade cohorts engaged. So for the older kids, the 6th to 8th graders, they kick things off in the AI Starter Lab. And this isn't just surface level stuff. They are literally going under the hood to see exactly how AI thinks, how it learns, and how it solves problems. Once they've got a grip on that, they step into the AI Builder Lab to figure out how better prompts and AI coding tools can help them prototype faster. They're essentially learning what's known in the tech space as vibe coding, tackling complex engineering-style problems. And that foundational knowledge flows perfectly right into the AI Research Lab. Their big motto here is to turn curiosity into better questions. I absolutely love this concept. The instructors are training these students to use AI as a thinking partner, rather than just treating it like a glorified answer machine. They're learning to rigorously explore a topic and, more importantly, ask stronger questions, which is a skill that's going to serve them for the rest of their lives, way beyond just this summer. Now, you really have to appreciate the sheer contrast in what these kids are learning here. On one side of the spectrum, you've got highly technical medical applications in the AI and healthcare lab. Then, on the totally opposite end, the AI Creator Studio is entirely focused on generative media production, creating cool images, videos, and digital media. It really proves to these students that AI isn't just boxed into one specific industry. It's a super versatile tool you can apply to deep science just as easily as boundless creativity. And this leads us to a fact that honestly just blows my mind. 4th graders are literally building image classification tools. Let that sink in for a second. We're talking about 9 and 10-year-olds exploring how AI can support real-world healthcare and nutrition by building actual, working, visual tools. It completely shatters our standard expectations of what young learners are capable of achieving on their summer vacation. But of course, with incredibly powerful tools comes the need for powerful responsibility.
Which brings us to Section 4, Ethics and Human Communication, the Thinkers.
Because these tools are so potent, the Ethics and Safety Lab steps in with a crucial, straightforward philosophy. Use AI wisely, not blindly. Here, students across grades 4 through 8 actually step away from the keyboard for a bit to evaluate when AI helps and, maybe more importantly, when it hurts. They have active discussions about its impact on creativity, mental health, and society as a whole. They're being trained to be sharp, critical thinkers. And all of that critical thinking totally supercharges the AI Communication Lab, where the primary goal is to help students speak, debate, present, and interview better. They're figuring out how to use AI to prep their ideas and sharpen their arguments, all while making absolutely sure they maintain their own authentic human voice. It's really about using the technology to elevate human connection and build confidence, not replace it entirely. Pulling off a program of this massive scale requires an absolute masterclass in scheduling. The instructor matrix they use shows just how dedicated these educators are. People like Kavya K and Ellie Z handling the healthcare side, Donnie L leading the ethics discussions, and Leon L managing the expression and debate labs. It is a massive team effort. And we absolutely have to give a shout out to the infrastructure making this all happen. The dedicated tech team members, specifically Lucas J and Angie L, are the ones working tirelessly behind the scenes. They keep these incredibly complex virtual environments running smoothly across all these different age groups and modules without a hitch. What's really fascinating here is how they structured the depth of the curriculum.
If you're building an educational program yourself, pay attention because this is exactly how you do it. They specifically separated the highly technical, logic-driven modules, like the Starter, Research, and Builder labs, strictly for middle schoolers in grades 6 through 8. But then they deliberately kept the foundational and expressive classes, like healthcare, ethics, communication, and creator, open for a much wider range, all the way down to 4th grade. It's a really smart structural choice to ensure everyone gets the right level of challenge across those 3 to 5 sessions. Furthermore, this curriculum actively balances hard technical skills with vital critical thinking. On one hand, you have AI in healthcare, where students are getting super technical, literally exploring how to build image classification tools for health and nutrition. But right next to it, they pair that with the AI ethics and safety lab. And here, the focus totally shifts to maturity and reasoning. They're explicitly talking about when AI helps and when it actually hurts. They're tackling mental health, online safety, and the broader societal impact. It's a curriculum that demands students use AI wisely, not blindly. All right, let's step away from the keyboards and screens for Section 4, Beyond Tech, Community Outreach. Because grounding all of that technical fluency is a very clear, undeniable commitment to human compassion. This is that CORE philosophy in action. Take their Food for Homeless initiative, for example. It wasn't just a basic food drive. Caden actually took the lead on organizing cooking for the homeless, specifically integrating a real focus on healthy nutrition. And under their neurodiversity support program, Nicole stepped up to lead Pitt Sports, organizing and running a bi-weekly badminton program, specifically designed to engage and support special needs youth. They are taking the reasoning and expression they learned in the AI labs and translating it directly into physical, compassionate action. Looking at how these students combine cutting-edge AI fluency with deep, actionable human empathy is honestly just so inspiring. I mean, they design curriculums, code prototypes, and then log off to cook meals for the homeless and coach special needs youth. So I want to leave you with this question. How might you use your own unique expertise to bridge the gap between technological innovation and compassionate community impact today?